So today we are going to divide fractions using pattern blocks. So we'll just start right in with an example so that we can see how it works and why it works. So if I wanted to divide 5/6 and 1/3, I would start by finding my unit because I have to know what my whole is. And with this problem, I'm going to use one yellow hexagon as my whole, which equals 1, and it's also known as my unit. So then I have to find out how to represent 5/6 and 1/3 using my whole. So if I wanted to represent 1/3, I need to use these shapes to represent them. So if I was using blues, there are three blues that go into my whole. So if I wanted to represent just 1/3 of my whole, I would use just one blue. And then I need to represent 5/6. Well, I'll ask myself how many green triangles go into my unit. There's 6 green triangles that go into my unit. So if I want to represent 5/6 of my unit, I'll take out one green triangle, and that represents 5/6. So now that I have my fractions represented by my pattern blocks, I need to ask myself how many one-thirds are in 5/6 because we're dividing. So I'll place this represents my 1/3, so I'm going to place my 1/3 on top of my 5/6. And I have two whole 1/3s that go into my 5/6. So I know that I'll have a 2 up here. And then I have a portion of my 1/3 left. Well, if I had, so a green triangle is left, which is 1/2 of my 1/3. So I have 2.5 1/3s that fit into my 5/6. So 2 and 1/2 is my answer. And I can always check this using the traditional algorithm just to make sure. 5/6 divided by 1/3. I'm going to flip my 1/3, multiply straight across, and I get 15 over 6, which is also 2/2. That's my answer. This is just a good way for hands-on learners to truly understand how dividing fractions works.